You fucking bum. You fucking bum. One in 5. One in 5. And you're up here saying, with high hopes, that when Lamar comes back, it's going to be all good. You delusional, lying ass, no accountability having pussy. Last week was actually a winnable game. Take away the 2 Zay fumbles. Or how about the terrible play calling at the goal line, Todd? How about that, huh? You do a tush push with Mark Andrews under center when you have Derrick Henry in the backfield. I'm watching that shit. I'm telling my boy, yo, what the fuck is that? Cooper Rush is ass cheeks. And I'm willing to give guys a longer leash than most people. You know, due to the fact that it's a, you know, maybe it could be a new offense they trying to learn, or they just got there not too long ago, or, you know, I try to make excuses for guys with their bad play when I feel like it's warranted. This is not. Cooper Rush, your ass cheeks. Tyler Huntley should have been starting that game from the beginning. We probably would have won. Tyler Huntley gives you more with his legs than Cooper Rush ever could. Dude is a statue back there. Fucking ginger. No offense to any of my gingers out there. Tyler Huntley should have been starting the game from the beginning. It took you. I'm sitting there watching this shit and I'm like, all right, at halftime, Tyler Huntley's got to come in the game. If you're John, you got to say, all right, hey, Cooper, I got to go to Snoop right now. We got to get something going offensively. And I thought, for sure, he can't be that dumb. For sure, he'll put Snoop out there in the second half. Nope. Here comes Cooper Rush again. How's your last name Rush? And you can't even run, let alone rush. Your name should be Cooper Stand. Cooper Statue. And then what happens? Harbaugh in the fourth quarter. Hey, Snoop, you're in. It's too late now, John. It's 17-3 now. You should have put him in when we actually had a chance. You fucking idiot. The bye week couldn't come at a better time. Hopefully we get Lamar back. I mean, you got the Bears, you got the Dolphins, you got the Vikings. I mean, a couple of those are winnable games, but let's not fool ourselves here. This season is over. It's over. Week 6, it's over. It's over before it even started. Just like the Orioles, same shit. The season was over a month and a half into the season. It's just 2025 is a curse for Baltimore, man. It just, injuries. Now, I can tolerate injuries to a certain extent, but when it keeps happening over and over to your entire roster, something needs to be said for the training staff. That's on you, John. You're the head coach. That's on EDC. That's on Steve Bisciotti. That's on ownership. That's on the front office. The O-line is horrendous. Minus Ronnie Stanley. I mean, it's Ronnie Stanley and a whole bunch of shit other than Tyler Linderbaum in the middle, and he ain't even playing that well right now. Falele is ass cheeks. That dude is... He can kick rocks along with Cooper Rush and Todd Monken and Zach Orr and a bunch of all bums. Bums! And the shit that fucking really gets me, when I'm like, you can't be serious. You got talking heads, talking heads up here on First Take, ESPN. Guys who played the game. Guys who know and should know what they're talking about. And you watch and you're like, you don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. Have you not watched? See, it's clear they don't watch us. They only watch the highlights. They only see what they see. You're not watching in-game shit happening as it unfolds. How can any of you sit there? And props to Chris Canty. He was the only one that came out on First Take and I don't even watch First Take, but somebody sent me the link and said, bro, you got to check this out. He said, Chris Canty's on point, which he was. He said what I've been saying for years. It's time for John Harbaugh to go. He said, and I played for him for 3 years. I like the guy, but it's worn thin now, man. You know? If the Eagles can get Doug Peterson up out of there so quick, you know, the Seahawks with Pete Carroll, who else went to a Super Bowl recently? They got him up out of there. I don't know what dirt John has on the front office or on EDC or on anybody to be able to get this long of a leash. Other than the fact that it's a circle jerk, like I said. They all fucking love each other. EDC, Steve Bisciotti, John, they're all fucking in cahoots. I'll jerk you off too, John, and I'll jerk off Steve, and you can jerk him off. Fucking clowns. For you to sit up here and talk like John Harbaugh is a good coach, these analysts, Chris Canty was on point. Jeff Saturday's a moron. I did not agree with him at all. And Drew Brees is Drew Brees. He's always got some shit to just... always says some shit to just make you look like, bro, what the fuck, Drew Brees? You know, Stephen A was the only one that, you know, was kind of with Chris Canty, but even he said, look, I'm not firing John Harbaugh. Well, if you see the shit that we see, you wouldn't be saying that. The guy's probably the dumbest coach in the league. He's got to be one of the worst. I'm sorry, he does. You know, these graphics that come out say Harbaugh's on the hot seat. He's the number 4 head coach on the hot seat. And all these people are like, the Ravens would be dumb to fire John. Why is John Harbaugh on the hot seat? You fucking idiots. Why do you think? Need I go there? Need I go there? From the Titans game in 2019 when they didn't run the ball to mismanaging some calls in the Bills game in 2020. I know your Lamar got hurt and all that. That's cool. 2021, the whole team is hurt because you didn't fire the training staff. Oh, 2020, that same season, Steve Saunders, he was the strength and conditioning coach. This man broke protocol, went out, and he got COVID. And he got infected half the team. And we had to play a game on a Wednesday afternoon in Pittsburgh. He should have been fired then, John. You should have said, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You just infected half my team because you broke protocol. Get your ass out of here. He has no balls. He has no backbone. And then you fast forward to 2021 when everybody was hurt because of that same said training staff. Then you go to 2022. He couldn't beat the Bengals in the playoffs with Snoop when he had a good shot to do so. Because his coordinator, it's your fault, bro. You don't call the plays because you can't, but you held on to your OC for too long and you allowed him to call that dumbass QB dive over the top with Snoop. That's why we lost the game. You know, Fast forward to 2023 when you're dancing in the locker room after beating the Texans, a team you should have beat. You had the number 1 seed. To come out the next week and get embarrassed by Kansas City. How did all that dancing work out for you, John? You bitch. You bitch you. Two number 1 seeds that were choked away. Then last year, same old story, man. Same old story with the Ravens. If y'all ever think it's going to change, it's never going to change. You cannot teach an old dog new tricks, and this dog is a stubborn old mule hound dog. But for these analysts to sit up here and say things like, John Harbaugh is one of the best head coaches in the league. If they fired him, he'd have a job. He'd have a job in the morning or by tomorrow. Cool. Let him get a job in the morning or by tomorrow. But it ain't gonna be here. His voice has worn thin here. I don't give a fuck about another job. I don't give a fuck who wants him. I don't care. Here in Baltimore, your voice has worn thin. Here where you are, your voice has worn thin with this organization. Let the fucking, let a bum team have him. They can have him. Gladly take his ass. Take him away, please. And he can take his whole staff with him, too. I'm so fucking sick and tired of this shit, man. Every fucking week. No accountability from this man. Never once has he got up on the podium and said, it's my fault. I fucked up. It starts with me. Our players need to be better, and it's because of me. You don't do that shit, you fucking bum. Now we're 1-5, heading into the bye, and he's relying on Lamar to come save everybody again. The same man, how ironically, the same man that saved your job, John. Now you want him to save you again? How about you save your fucking self? You don't know how to do that. You bitch. No O-line, no pass rush. The defense surprisingly played their best game of the season on Sunday, and we still lost because the offense could not deliver. If it ain't one thing, it's another. We score 40, we give up 41. Offense scores, but the defense can't stop nobody. Now the defense gets to stop, and the offense can't score. I mean, what the fuck, man? It is all fucked. It's just a fucking shit show of fucking shit flying everywhere every time these motherfuckers play. Make the Ravens great again. Make the Ravens great again. Make us feared again. We have no identity. These guys sit up on these shows and talk about, well, the Ravens have always had an identity, of who they are. Yeah, exactly, idiot. We don't have that anymore. Where is our identity now? You tell me. Where has it been? Oh, I know what it is. Our identity is Lamar Jackson. All right, Lamar, you go do everything, and we'll handle the rest. We don't really have an identity. It's you. For once you get Derrick Henry rolling, and Zay Flowers fucks it up. The same Zay Flowers who fumbled in the Chiefs game, right? Just like Tyler Huntley fumbled, Lamar Jackson fumbled. I mean, you want to really talk about fumbles and turnovers at wrong times and shit? This is what happens with teams coached by John Harbaugh. For whatever reason, you're not preaching holding on to the football. But Derrick Henry was fumbling earlier this year, right? Everybody seems to be able to fumble the ball or not be able to hold on to it or catch it or something. It's terrible. It's the epitome of what he is as a head coach. Catching on. He don't catch on. He catch on like a wet match. And stop, oh my God, stop defending this man at every turn. All these fans, well, John shouldn't be gone because you love him. Because you're in love with John. Stop it. Be real. Look at the writing on the wall. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, is this team really going to improve with John Harbaugh? Are they? The answer is no. I'll save you all the trouble of doing that. Tyler Huntley should have started this game. Soon as he came in the game in the fourth quarter, boom, 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 right down the field with his legs. He made some throws that Cooper Rush couldn't. He not a statue. He was giving the defense all of a sudden they have another element to account for. When Cooper Rush is back there, they was dialing up the blitz. All you have to do, he can't move out the pocket. The fact that the coaching is that atrocious that you couldn't realize you needed to put Tyler Huntley in way earlier. Either you're keeping Cooper Rush in because he's the guy that you signed. Who gives a fuck? You should have never signed him anyway. You should have re-signed Tyler Huntley. And that's on EBC. For some reason, you didn't want Tyler Huntley, and he showed you he should have always been the backup to Lamar. He's the perfect dude to back up our MVP. He has his legs. I know he's not that guy, but he's a poor man's Lamar. And when Lamar's out, hey, he gives us the best chance to win, whether you like it or not. And he should have been in there. Now the bye week comes. We got to get some guys back. Although, I mean, does it really fucking matter at this point? Does it really fucking matter? It all sucks. 1-5 is 1-5. Any way you slice it. There ain't no silver lining. There ain't no sugarcoating it. There ain't no looking at this shit and saying, oh, you know what, it'll get better. Because it probably won't. And that's the reality of the situation. Make the Ravens great again. Make us great again. Tired of this shit, man. This shit is embarrassing. People are sitting here saying what happened to the Ravens and keep blaming the players. Players. But you never hold the head coach accountable for what the guy in charge of his players for what they do. And I'm not going to have it. It's been long overdue for this man to get the fuck out of here. So all that being said, I'll be back in 2 weeks since we got the bye. See if there's any type of improvement. At this point, we just enjoy having football. We not really rooting for our team, though, because are we going anywhere? What's the best we can do? 7-10, 8-9. We're 1-5. Okay, we got. I already looked at the schedule. It's not about to get really all that much easier. I mean, yeah, we had a brutal start to the year, but that doesn't excuse it. We should have won that Bills game. You know, if anything, we should be sitting here at 2-4, maybe 3-3, because we probably could have won that Rams game too. If you could coach and get the most out of the guys that you do have, but you can't do that. You fucking idiot. I'm out. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks, man.